Hi everyone, it's me Hiso, and in this video presentation I'm going to talk about the exploring the new health and safety innovative business practices to restore consumer confidence in this COVID-19. So let's move on to next video. So talking about the agenda of this topic. So the topic are current dynamics of hospitality tourism, future transformation of industry, challenges and issue in hospitality tourism industry, future landscape in 2030, development of sustainable tourism, employee global travelers and commuters, and importance of community. So let's move on to next video. So talking about the literature review, the tourism industry contributes about 10% of the global GDP, and the travel industry emerges from the various advantages and benefits which bring to any host country as well. So the genuine significance of the travel industry comes from its impairment and the way things are characterized and organized, and we will make sense as well as the travel industry contributes towards complete development and advancement of the nation as well by bringing all the financial worth and advantage, and it also helped in uh, monetary development benefactor as well. So yeah, let's move on to next slide. So in this slide, we are going to talk about the impact of COVID on travel. So talking about the travel industry, it cooperates with our social orders or the monetary areas and our regular asset and biological system to oversee it better. And so talking about the suggestion, like there are 5 reasons that had huge effect on life and economic to the travel industry with individual at the middle. It highlights the instant of the government backing to the area and requires a returning that gives a need to well-being and security of the specialist, explorer, and host network, and gives a guide to change the travel industry as well. So yeah, let's move on to next slide. So talking about the trend and transformation in the industry, the industry is undergoing through the various changes with digital penetration and global pandemic. The future of the industry is going to transform from building an open foresight initiative which can offer access to numerous perspectives, better communication and flow of information among all the stakeholders, customer-centric industry, excessive dependence on the customer satisfaction and delivery of the quality of the services, and thinking of the innovation and industry will uh, thrive the leveraging strong design thinking of innovation as well. So yeah, so these are the trends and transformation of the industry, and let's move on to next slide. So talking about the challenges in hospitality and tourism industry, about 100 million directed to the travel industry occupations are in danger. For example, work concentrated convenience and food administration ventures that gives work around 144 million around the world. Are especially powerless, and no country will be unaffected, like the objection on the travel industry for occupation and financial development are probably going to be hit hardest, like the least development countries and African nation. And in Africa, the address area is 10% for the all products in 2019. So yeah, let's move on to next slide. So talking about the research proposal, with the reference to this project, I would perform a systematic approach to review the literature and try to deep down into facts available. And it is essential to organize and utilize the available information for the study. I will conduct strong secondary research with the details available in the journal articles as well with uh, the government website. And the core of my research is into the issue and challenges that are faced by the travelers population problem with emerge from the COVID-19 like spread and health illness, deep diving into several community-based and government services as well. So let's move on to next slide. So the future landscape of hospitality and tourism industry would be increasingly borderless world, the hospitality employer and the brave sustainable new world, new business and new control sharing ideas, importance of the community and humanity. So yeah, let's move on to next slide. So talking about the development of sustainable tourism, as it is the holistic approach to enable people to travel and participate in the tourism of different countries. For example, due to COVID-19, there are numerous immaterial social legacy practices. For example, conventional celebration and get-together have been stopped or delayed, and with the conclusion of business sector for handiwork item and different product have been specially affected as well. So yeah, let's move on to next slide. So talking about the massive digital transformation, as in this current century, there is various advancement in the digital platform as well, as there is massive fear with the rise of technology and the incoming of the automation in the industry, and the rise of the robot and automation industry is going to get more efficient and can deliver more consistent performance to every customers as well. So let's move on to next slide. So the development in cultural intelligence in 2030 will be multi-social, unique and adaptable, and the work completes essentially, and there will be concern of, regarding to the preparation of the agent and embracing the assortment to pass better worth on the client as well. So yeah, let's move on to next slide. The importance of community are as the travel industry requires talented employees who can drive the customer experience. So that's why there is increased pressure on upskilling and upgrading the workforce as per the requirement, and there is greater focus um, on the human capital development as well for embracing the inclusion in diversity as well. So yeah, let's move on to next slide. So I will make a list of all the reports and collect the journal as well from the various articles, and I will make sure like I include all the local issue and challenges and gender basis several services that are offered by private sectors and problem that can be broken down into gaps witnessed in travel and tourism as well. So let's move on to next slide. So the innovation would be completing a medical report as a mandatory document to travel and opening travel only for people who are vaccinated. So let's move on to next slide. So the innovation to lift the health measure for tourists would be integrate technology for the medical assistant and the experience of the customer to boost the overall engagement. So yeah, thank you for watching.